What's up, Boomer? It's been over 3 weeks since I last posted, and the question arises, why did I quit posting as a new YouTuber after, I don't know, 4 months, almost 5 months of, semi-consistent, at least almost weekly? Uh, it's really upset me. It's also concerned me, and there's been times when I just thought it's not worth it. So why did I quit posting? Why have I not posted? I guess I'm not quitting because here I am. And this is going to be just kind of a free flow of my response, my thoughts. I'm calling it the Boomer Minute, which is kind of like a New York Minute, except with some embellishments, some stories, and extra stuff. In thinking about this, what really came to mind is I just started getting real doubts about why am I doing this? I've been watching a lot of YouTube, and particularly a lot of new YouTubers. And on the encouraging side, there's a whole lot of normal people out there, nothing special, that are blowing up. Which on the negative side is like, wow, how could it have happened so quick for them? And when I say that, I mean at least to get monetized, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. And I was actually trudging along pretty good on that. But I feel good for them because it gives me hope. They are talking about really simple things. Um, I found that there's a number of different types of stories they're telling or experiences that they're sharing. It seems like while they're very normal, some are just sharing about their retirement. There's some pretty popular people just sharing about retirement. They're brand new and they love it. There's people sharing about how they went and got monetized, and they keep talking about the importance of how to do YouTube. There's people sharing about their experiences as a retiree, as an older person. There's people talking about the opportunity of YouTube as their retirement plan, which I tend to relate to. I think there's great opportunity there. But again, these are just normal people talking about, oh, there's people just sharing how their lives, what are they doing in their lives, kind of the vlogging approach. Now, of those, none of them particularly are something I really want to do, although I like bits and pieces of all of those kind of approaches. There's a lot of them sharing about legacy. And of course, that's one of my whole points of why I want to do YouTube. There's a real question though of can you build a channel and sustain it on those types of topics? And in many ways, I just don't know if there really are. It makes me think, what's the niche? Everyone says get the niche. What is it I want to focus in on? And again, when I started this, the main idea about finding the niche was don't worry about finding the niche when you start. Take 100 videos in what I don't know. I don't know how many into this I am, maybe 20 some, and obviously a lot more to go. And so I'm returning to that commitment is to just throw them out there. Keep things, cover the gambit of ideas, and see kind of what takes off. I have found that those who have done that will find something that explodes. Number one, the big one is Social Security. And so they just start talking about Social Security all the time. Another one is about living a simplified life or a simple life, decluttering. And there's people making a video or a channel about that. And so they've just morphed into that. I find that really interesting, but not something I'm going to talk, not something I want to plant my flag on for the channel. So I need to keep looking. And I think that's what we need to do when we feel like quitting. That's the next thing we need to do is keep going, keep looking, keep talking, keep opening conversations on different topics as this channel niche develops. So in the struggle to come up with a niche, which I think I became too focused on, too worried about, and it stops us from creating. It stops us from moving forward. Instead of just saying, okay, what's my next topic? I have pages and pages of notes on topics I think that would be fun, video ideas that I just need to put out. And so that's what I'm going to try to do. In terms of watching all of these successful people, watching people that are just doing it and, right and wrong and good and bad, I get frustrated. I just think, I just don't want to go through that process. It's painful of not being successful or not feeling successful. And so it's those feelings now that lead to the next level that makes me or made me want to quit or just slow down. And that is just being feeling so inadequate. Oh, let's talk about my inadequacies. I mean, it's the lack of the studio. Right now I've got a new angle just because I don't want to just sit in the same one. Yeah, many of these people being very successful, they're in the same spot every single time. They're at their desk, they've got a bookshelf in the back, and that's it. I just like more variety, so I'm trying to do different things. And right now I have my iPad up here with this stream of consciousness that I went through just the other day. And I just wrote out these thoughts. And that's my reminder. But, I wanted to think about how can I do a better background? Yeah, what do I want to wear? I find the most appealing, they say, to be authentic. So just do it. So this morning I did put on a new sweatshirt. Uh, I didn't, I just basically combed the hair back. I didn't shave. And yet these are feelings of you've got to prepare to do this little 8, 10, 12-minute video, 15-minute video. And I'm to the point of, no, let's just really this is it. Uh, I've thought about my technology. I have all the technology I need, all the technology you would need. I have a great camera, which is the iPhone. I have a little, there I am. I lost track of what this is called. A tiny handheld. Oh my gosh, it's a Joby. Oh, come on. Tripod. This is a hand pod, I'll call it. And I have it in this bookshelf on the third shelf because it's almost, it's just above eye level. But, I just keep thinking, how can I do this easily? I'm not even using my mic today because I'm really close. I'm within 2.5 feet of the camera, and I think the audio will be just fine. That's another thing. Got to work on, camera angles, camera shots. Should I change scenes? Yes, you can do all that. But you know what? That kept me and keeps me from just getting the darn video recorded and then go edit it and post it. So that's what I'm doing here. About a month and a half ago, I mentioned on a previous video, I wanted to live stream. That was maybe the start of getting frustrated and thinking, this is too, because my computer, I have an M1 Mac Mini, and the monitor or the monitor I bought for it doesn't have the camera. So I was trying to merge using my phone as my camera, or my iPad, and I couldn't do it. It's not that easy. What I have finally discovered, and this has helped motivate me. I'm going to use my iPad as my to do my live streams, and I really want to do some live streams. I've got some different ideas about that. I love the interaction of a live stream, so that's going to go. That's helping me move forward. Is figuring out the technology and then doing it. I have to say, how about you? The fact that we are older with dealing with the new technologies or using the current technologies, they're all new to us. It can be frustrating. And it can be overwhelming, and it just makes you think, I'll just quit. It's not worth the energy or my time. Also related to the niche is I found some of the most interesting, successful, and desirable things to do a YouTube channel is about is I call it the quest, the journey, and just focusing on that. And then I think, well, what's my quest? What's my journey? Now, my journey, I do have a journey, and I think I might be onto something there, and maybe I should just focus on that. But, sometimes I like, what if I sold what little bit, everything left I have, and bought a casita trailer camper and a pickup truck and go out and see the world, go see the grandkids. Invite them in, have them bring me coffee in my little travel trailer. But I also know I don't really think that's probably the best thing to do. Finding a quest or a journey, though, I think would be really good. And that's something I'm going to keep open as I, again, go back to a commitment to just record, just film videos, tell the stories I want to tell, which, by the way, is also a thing that slowed me down. My last video, which was a little over 3 weeks ago, almost 4 weeks ago, was about black and white, kind of missing black and white and tying that little bit of a story unrelated to well, that's a horse of a different color in the Wizard of Oz, which is one of my favorite movies. And, it was in black and white. And I laugh because I tell people, oh, yeah, that's cool. The Yellow Brick Road. They've all seen it. They've all tied into it. But I remember watching the Wizard of Oz in black and white. So we never got to see the Yellow Brick Road till years later. It does still resonate with me that I do have a quest. I'm on a journey. And that journey, as I've stated in other videos, is that of living life without living in retirement without the nest egg. I know that budget videos with other boomers and retirees are hugely popular. I've thought about how to frame that and tell you about what's going on with me now. By the way, I've received my second, going on third Social Security check, which has been good. But I've thought about telling you a little bit more. It gets a little more personal about why I'm here, how I'm here, uh, what does my life look like in retirement without the nest egg. It's this how we make life the best of life with the way things have turned out. And that will look different for everyone. I'd be interested to hear from you, maybe in the comments. Talk about how in your retirement, with or without a nest egg, how is it? Because just because you have a nest egg doesn't mean you're going to live your best life. But what do you do at 50, 60, 70, 80 years old to make the best of life? Think about that. I like that idea. Well, bottom line, so often in the last 3 to 4 weeks, I have asked, well, I have had the motivation to absolutely want to continue this, absolutely want to continue to build a YouTube channel as a boomer. But why? Why continue? And it really does boil down, if nothing else, for legacy, allowing this opportunity for my grandkids and my kids to get a window, a glimpse through the window of what's happening here alone on a daily or on a weekly with me and our family, and to tell those stories that when I'm gone, if I don't tell them now, they'll never know about these things. They've already said a couple things that we've talked about they didn't know about. If we don't tell it, they'll never know these things. So again, another reason why to continue, it's for you, the community. Just in this short time that I've put out these few videos, oh my God, I feel a kinship with a number of you, and you pretty much know who you are. We've communicated, and I want to maintain that. I want to hold on to that. That's motivating for me, that through this medium of technology, we're developing what the gurus out there call the network. I call it the community. The modern day word they're seeing that they're calling it is the network, to build that network. And I like that. I think that's super important too. As we age, there tends to be a withdrawal into more an isolated lifestyle, because everyone's out doing their own things. The world, we may not be in the same locations. So this medium can truly bring not only families together that are separated by distance, even possibly separated by disagreement, but also bring together the community. And that's exciting to me, a big reason to continue. So as I get up, as I often do in the morning, optimistic, full of energy, and by my third cup of coffee, I'm like going, no, I get distracted. I'm going to talk about my morning routine because it's important as to maybe how things ultimately turn out for me on a daily basis. So here's where I'm at, though, is today I want to note is the actual day. Today is April 7th, and 6 years ago today, and this is my biggest reasons for why to continue, but 6 years ago today, to the hour will be just a few hours from now. I was out here putting down like a not a flooring, but a indoor outdoor mm, carpet type thing on the uh, porch, and my chest immediately went into an ache that I'd never felt before, and then quickly went this way, and weakness overcame me. Yeah, I had the heart event 6 years ago today, this afternoon. So, in my next video, I want to just talk about what I've done over the last 6 years to, I don't know if I could say make sure, but what I want to share, and I think will be of great importance to those of you who either worry about that or have had a heart event, heart attack, a cardiac event, as the docs will call it, and one that could have been a life-ending one. What have I learned? What's been my journey, and how I hope today I'm doing the best things I can to get as far into the future as I can. And that will be on my next video, because tomorrow is the 6th anniversary of the new life, because my life was spared tomorrow morning 6 years ago when they found the problem. And the result was a stent. And I'll talk about that in the next video. So come back for the next video, particularly if you've had an event like that and are wondering, as I see oftentimes in the comments, about, well, what's the best way? There's a whole million different, hundreds of different opinions. I will share what I found. And I will say this, I don't think there's just one thing you could do to avoid experiencing, and God forbid, not surviving the number one life-ending event, at least in the Western civilization, that is a heart attack. So come back for that. That's all I've got today. That's enough. We're going to continue on.